lots of reinforcements, and a huge presence right now of troops. This is very big.
And worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough. And they know what's happening, and they've done it before.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The National Guard has taken over Washington, D.C. How do you guys feel about this? The crime in D.C. is about to go to zero as they are in the nation's capital taking over. How do you feel about this? Is this too much, or is this exactly what the president should have done? President Trump ordered them in. They have now taken authority over the police department in Washington, D.C. The National Guard is taking over. There will pretty much be little to 0% in crime now, as they have taken over. They have federalized this as it is already a federal state in control, but now they are in command of the police department out there in DC. Even the mayor, even everyone who does not like Trump are coming out and saying, you know what? We need this help. There's no reason why we should be the murder capital of the world, even if crime, according to Democrats, have gone down. Which brings me to what I got to show you from Judge Jeanine Pirro. As you can see right here, these are the images of the National Guard in DC right now, as they are they're in command, they are taking over the streets. Again, we've seen bad things happen in Washington, DC. Before we get to Judge Jeanine Pirro, well, we've seen, congressmen and women attacked. I remember there was a congressman who was shot out there in these streets right next to the White House. So here we go. So, and now that we watch these videos of the streets, here is Judge Jeanine Pirro going off the script, because now the media is giving Trump a lot of backlash, and anyone supporting this a lot of backlash, because of the fact that they claim that the crime is down, that crime statistics are actually at an all-time low in Washington, D.C. And I'm also going to show you a lot of people in Washington, D.C., they're actually very and extremely happy about what's going on. But first, let's go here to Judge Jeanine Pirro dropping the mic
onto the street.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Press release hailing the drop in crime rates at the end of it. What changed?
It's never enough. This changed. This changed. It's never enough. You tell these families crime has dropped. You tell the mother of the intern who was shot going out from McDonald's near the Washington Convention Center, oh, crime is down. You tell the kid who was just beat the hell and back with a severe concussion and a broken nose, crime is down. No, that falls on deaf ears. And my ears are deaf to that. And that's why I fight the fight. Thank you.
So there she goes. But before that, she went off even before that, because they are basically speaking of a crime drop. This is not the first reporter to do this. In fact, they're trying to basically gaslight Americans in this area that crime is actually dropping. There's nothing happening. They use the same argument in New York City, where I'm from, and I know that the crime has not gone down. I know that there's things that could be done to address it, right? That's what we want to do. We want to address by holding people accountable, and not only that, but targeting the younger audience coming up that, hey, this is not the way to go. These are the consequences for that. We shouldn't go, basically just, we got to educate our children to not commit these crimes, that these crimes are not cool. But here we go. They're speaking again about the crime rates not being real.
Thanks.
Press release hailing the drop in crime rates at the end of it. What changed?
It's never enough. This changed. This changed. It's never enough. You tell these families crime has dropped. You tell the mother of the intern who was shot going out from McDonald's near the Washington Convention Center, oh, crime is down. You tell the kid who was just beat the hell and back with a severe concussion and a broken nose, crime is down. No, that falls on deaf ears. And my ears are deaf to that. And that's why I fight the fight. Thank you.
So again, she dropped the mic twice. One woman reporter, and then back to back, where she left, she came back just to make these corrections as to what's happening. But here we go. So I found something that's even more interesting that actually causes this to be one of the wildest things. The DC police chief was caught fraudulently lowering violent crime statistics and fired. Yet the media and their stooges used this fake stats to try and disprove Trump. Dishonest disinformation. This is exactly what they're doing, right? They're basically saying, well, why is Trump deploying the National Guard right now if crime is low and things aren't actually bad in DC, right? Things aren't that bad. You know, why do this? Why do this to the nation's capital? Why? And as you go right there, there's a 4.5, 14%. But what are they down from? If you were the nation's capital and you lead the nation at some point, the world in homicides, how a 4% drop, what difference does that really make to the everyday Americans that live there? Well, I have a video to show you because of a DC resident, again, who is praising Trump's takeover. Watch what this woman has to say about that.
We need all the protection that we can get in the city. We need all the protection that we can get in the city because the city is really getting dangerous. A person like me at this age, I has to make sure to come home before sundown. We need all the protection.
She has to make sure that she goes home before sundown. Do you know how crazy this is? Do you know how wild that is? But that's a real thing. It's a real thing in every hood. Let's just be very honest. I think one of the most underrated conversations that we haven't had in this country is us being honest with each other as people who live in these neighborhoods, as people who live and want to see greatness from our people, from the people that live there, no matter what race or breed or whatever the hell you come from. In the United States of America, the greatest country known to man, how can we be suffering from this? How can you watch a poor older lady say this and not say, man, we got to change, man. We got to address this stuff. This stuff must be addressed. But yet the claims go from, oh, they're targeting our children. They're targeting us. We're targeting each other. We've been doing it for decades. Been doing it for years. So it's only getting worse for the Democrats as they are continuing to try and fight this over and over and over again. They are telling us that this is the wrong thing to do. This is the wrong thing to do. We can't do this to Washington, D.C. Well, it's already done. And they're already here. And there's nothing that you can do about it but see the statistics and what's about to happen. Here they are.